Alright, welcome along, ladies and gentlemen, to another round of NXT. This time we're here in Imola. And yeah, we're just waiting to connect to the lobby right now. Together with me here in the commentary box, Daniel.
Yeah, hello. It should be an interesting day after last week. Really close racing in Australia. So a full fight for the top through the whole race, so should be another good weekend today.
Yeah, we definitely hope that. Oh my god, and my game just crashed again. It's interesting. EA is always doing interesting stuff. With this game, I don't quite understand it, but yeah.
So I'll fill it in for while you're gone. So Edward is out on track on the Inters. So that won't be a real time from him. Felix, John, Applejuice, Kai and Alico are all on track. And Beaker and Travis.
Yeah, so while the game is booting up, we're gonna have a look. Track where years ago, Imola once first set its foot here on Imola, a really famous track. Ferrari and the racing bulls are real quick and ready for off the track. Yeah, they're beautiful. So you right here have these shots over the track. It's one of the shortest circuits and clockwise track. In fact, it's one of only two clockwise tracks on this calendar. Here, let's check the track. It's 1.9 kilometers or 3.05 miles of racing. A singular DRS zone, 304 kilometers an hour, and 9 kilometers for an interesting day of racing right here. Let's look at turn 2 3 of Marks and not mistakes as turns 1 and 2. Beautiful moves in real life, such as Hamilton Verstappen. Then we have the toss turn, aka turn 7, where Alonso and Schumacher made a brilliant move.
A year later, it was the reverse. And here's Piratella from last year's race. Daniel Kvyat on his way to fourth place, almost collected Charles Leclerc, and did pick up overtake of the day for that particular move. Here are the dry tyres then, the C4, the C3 and the C2 as ever. Red is soft, medium is yellow and hard is white. But look at those wet weather and intermediate tyres. We're going to need those to start this race.
Yeah, the medium set of tyres. So, and while we are waiting for this to start, for this game to start, which could take some time.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but just while you've been gone, Kai hit the wall on his lap and went off into the gravel. There are a few representative times. So Travis with a 1:15.9, Felix with a 1:15.4, and then I don't know how to say this person's name. It's this kick. It is Queno.
Oh yeah,
maybe
it's just call him Mackham.
Mackham.
Yeah.
Well, Mackham with a 1:14.7, so got a lot of pace from that lap. 7/10 quicker than Felix. As Beaker now sets the fastest lap with a 1:14.5. So there is someone who is stopped on track, and it was, I don't know, actually, no.
While we're still waiting for the game to properly boot up, yeah, no WTA at that. Might actually be our last season if F125 isn't going to be any better, which we hope, but could be rather unlikely. So we're writing right now, the game is still starting. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end of qualifying. Really sorry for that, but there's nothing we can do. It's just how bad this game is optimized. Honestly, unbelievably shit game.
What was the weather report for this race? Because it's very cloudy.
There could be some rain coming up.
Yeah, maybe towards the end of qualifying.
Yeah.
But still, it is now Alico who has gone into P2 with a 1:14.7, and John has gone up to P4 with a 1:14.8. There's still a lot of people on track, but no one really challenging Bika, who's still 2/10 ahead of the field. Is your game fixed itself?
Oh. It's still in the starting screen. I hope it will. Okay. But right now it's not looking like it. I'm still not gonna stop trying. Otherwise, I'm just gonna take another account and just go on that.
Yeah.
Someone from Tier 2 gave me their account.
Oh, okay. So, while you're doing that, I will ride on board with Edward, going into turn 5 now. Almost flat going through into turn 6, downshift. Turn 7, down to 3rd gear, small lock up on the right, missing the apex a little bit, but setting himself up for a good exit. Burning all the way down towards turn 9, which is almost flat, but just not the confidence to do it. Down into turn 11. Just flat, then hard, braking into turn 12. Turn 13, still flat. Now into the harsh chicane of turn 14 and 15. Hits that nicely, doesn't hit too much curb, but he has invalidated his lap. So he's still down in P10 with a 1:17.6. Well, Apple Juice not far behind. Going into the Variante Alta now. He keeps it nice, avoiding track limits. A bit slow on exit though, but he is purple sector 2. Going down into turn 17. Small bit of battery left for that start finish straight. It's a nice clip in the apex there. Now onto the final straight. Where will he go? P2 for Apple Juice with a 1:14.5. 300 behind Beaker.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna give it one more try.
Alright.
And if not, I'm just gonna end the stream because I can't even switch the accounts because my OBS is locked to this account.
Yeah, I can stream if you want.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll be able to hear you though, because Discord on PlayStation's a bit not good. I'll just see if anyone's starting a lap. I think Roy is going through turn 2, 3. I think he's on a lap. Anyway, down into turn 5. Flat, 2 downshifts for turn 6, making sure he doesn't invalidate this lap, because it is important. As Edward goes P1 with a 1:14.1, so almost half a second clear from Beaker, who had already set a good lap. But now still riding on board with Roy in the Ferrari as he invalidates through turn 7. I'll see if anyone's close to finishing their lap. No, it doesn't seem like it. I know John is going around the final corner, burning towards the line. Where can he go? John goes P2 with a 1:14.2, so just over a tenth behind Edward. So he'll be happy with that lap. Apologies, but I am actually going to have to go now. So, yeah, I hope you can fix your stream. But I am going to have to leave.
Not perhaps looking like it. It's starting to launch now. I'm just not going to do anything now.
Alright, well, I might be able to come back in a bit, but I'll see you for now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it running now. Hope it won't crash again. And if not, I'm gonna end the stream. We're gonna post the results, and I'll have to reinstall this game.
Alright. Well, bye-bye.
Bye. So that leaves us with one broken stream and one commentator was severely pissed off due to EA, but hey, let's hope we can get in. It's enough to load the intro sequence, that is something.
No reports of graining on the prime. Engine off and then back to P2, they'll wheel you in, we'll change tyres.
Okay, now. So we are loading into the game. There might be the chance. Let's hope. Connecting with online services. Nice, wonderful. Oh, fucking finally. Okay, we have 3 more minutes in qualifying. Oh no, not the right one, this is the right one. Yes, here we are, finally. Oh my fucking god. 3 more minutes in qualifying. We're gonna join them. The game looks awfully red right now, but I don't wanna change anything right now because I'm scared I'm gonna get kicked out of the lobby again. But yeah, here we are. So, quick look at the time board. It's Edward from John once again. 40.1 is the provisional pole time right now for the Williams man. Then John in the Aston Martin in P2 with a 14.2. Kai with a 14.4, pretty good result for him. Bika with a 14.5. He's sitting in P4 right now. Apple Juice 14.5 as well. Felix 14.5 just as well. Then Aleco with 40.7 and P7. Slash 40.7. P8. Knox with a 40.9. Burrow with a 40.9, and then Avery with a 52, Thompson with a 52, and Ridley with a 16.4. Kind of a little scared. It's not. It doesn't display as full screen for me, so I kind of wanna try to make it full screen, but I'm just scared it's not gonna work. Did it work? Oh my god, it did work. Nice. Okay. No, it's not even the Wi-Fi. Jack, it's not even the Wi-Fi. I couldn't launch the game at all. My Wi-Fi is fine. I just couldn't launch the game, not even single player. And Nox retires. In the pit lane, I assume that is. Yes, it is. So, it's John from Edwards. And then Ridley. Kai retires. In the pits. P3 for him right now. I think John has by a lot of that lap attempt. Yes, indeed, he has invalidated. And I don't think he's going to get around in time. Unless he cuts an awful lot, he could make up a lot of time here in the chicane. Oh, there's a calf. That is the other Aston or Felix. Oh no, that is not. Indeed not. That is. I don't know what that is. It looked like a Williams, but it wasn't one. Interesting. Could have been a Mercedes. Oh, they all look like. Yeah, let's see. There's one of the Saubers. Who's experiencing prime F124. He's not able to go out of pits. Just gotta love this game. And Edwards extends his gap at the top of the timings with a 13.7 provisional pole. John cannot make it to the line in time. Beaker is down. Apple Juice has invalidated. Aleiko's going purple in sector 2. I think Aleiko and Roy, the only two people that can still prevent Edwards' pole positioner. Roy's gonna cross the line. It's gonna go P2. Just barely misses out. What can Aleiko do? No. 14.4. It's enough for P5, but nothing more. So it's another airport pole position. So, 1/10 the gap between Edward and Roy, finally showing a sign of life of that horrible race in Australia. Kai and Aleiko already got qualifying sessions for them. So, the race. We didn't get to experience much from the qualifying. But let's now watch the race. And who's going to be able to come out at. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on ahead of the drivers. And as soon as they got weaker racing in, they won't have for long, but Roy with a better getaway off the line than Edward. But Edward seems to have gotten the clear of him. No, he doesn't. Roy around the outside into turn 1, Edward and Roy makes that stick. And John is on the back of him. There's Fresh Beaker going off the road, and I don't think anyone has taken any collision or severe damage. As now, Beaker is being challenged by Apple Juice. They're going side by side into the left-hander. Slash has to bail out of this. He's got Thompson up his exhaust now, and Ridley, not the best start for him, down in P15, but out of front, it's Roy into the lead. That has a Haas going off, and that is Knox in P14 now for the Haas man. Fairly clean start for Imola, I must say. So, look at this quick battle here, because these two are awfully close together. That is Felix all over the back of a Laker right here. Are there going to be any sense in chicane? What about further down the pack? Where's the Mercedes Sauber, Mercedes Sauber? I don't think there is. AV now, all over the back of Varun. It's being challenged by Ridley as well. And Knox has to push like crazy to get back into that. Now Felix is making his move on Aleko in the last couple of turns. What a move from him! Promotes him up into P5. And now he's got an awful lot of catching to do to not drop out of Kai's DRS window, who's sitting P4 right now. Mercedes going trying to get a move done, but I don't think he can. And Aleko is kind of dropping out of the DRS window in these stages of the race. And Felix is doing some serious catching as Beakers off the road. Apple Juice thinking about a move there, and Slash doing a mistake because now the second Mercedes, Carl Thompson, is ahead of the two Germans. And now Apple Juice is bringing the fight to Beaker. Beaker clips him off. But still nothing yet. First warnings that can tell me. There's no warning yet on these first, or no penalty yet on these first 2 laps. A lot of people. Oh, Thompson with the first warning of with the first penalty of the day. As long as he doesn't get more than 30 warnings, he's not going to get disqualified because the track limits are overly bugged on this track. So it could be something coming up. Is there something coming up ahead? No, oh yes, it is John around the outside of Edward. The two championship leaders have swapped the positions, and John is now up into P2 for the Aston Martin team. Now, Aleko is lacking some serious pace. He's lost 1, he lost 2, and now he's going to lose 3 positions because now the second Mercedes car of Thompson is on the inside, and this is gonna get crazy here now. As they go to turn 9, the left-hander, Aleko on the outside. It's so close, the Mercedes almost touches the McLaren, but the McLaren keeps his nose ahead for now. Wow! And Beaker and Felix are separated by 1.4 seconds, but let's now look at the front of the pack, because John is absolutely flying right now in these early stages of the race. What is John gonna be able to do now here on the main straight? I smell that there is something coming up. John is gonna open the rear wing. Car number 7, the Aston Martin. He's gaining. He gets a fast lap as well. Roy moves to the inside line. That's gonna turn to the outside line for the chicane, but John is already alongside and ahead by the time they get to the corner. And by the time they get out of the corner, he's almost half a second ahead of Roy. And now he's gonna awful lot of pace there, as we now see Kai, who's been off into the barrier. Did he put the barrier there? No, I think he's just spun. He still doesn't have damage, so he can get back into this race, especially since he's on the harder compound of tires. It's not helping either. Does Felix have damage? Felix doesn't have damage, but he's now lost to the leading train of cars. You have a green car, you have a red car, and you have a blue car flying out in front. Hello, Simon. Ridley with a 3-second time penalty. Swapping positions with Knox. Slash went quite wide there as well. And AV is going to try to challenge Varun. No, he does bail out. He knows he's not a good overtaking spot, but he's seemingly the faster man right now. Now John gets picked up by Roy. I don't think Edward has the pace. Oh, he tries to force John to a mistake, but it's not gonna work. As now further down now, AV gets ahead of Varun, and now both Saubers are tumbling down the order. P10 and P11 for the green team. Apple Juice still, could be so much quicker than BK, I think. He just needs to get past him somehow before they get into the DRS of Felix. And AV is in danger of dropping out of Oleko's DRS right there, but he just gained 2 tenths in that corner, so I don't think that's going to be a problem anymore. Appleton is definitely the quicker man right now here. In front of the pack, there is going to be John and Roy are going to be swapping positions once again. So let's look at Beaker, who's not really catching Felix. Now, he's at mercy of the 2 Mercedes cars. Look how close these two are. And the Mercedes gaining. Apple Juice pulls all alongside. One to the left, one to the right. Thompson tries to capitalize on that, and now they're going side by side. Thompson on the outside, Biko on the inside. He's going to turn to the outside line now, and Thompson has gotten ahead of Biko, who's now being challenged by Leko as well, and his teammate AV. Biko lost 4 positions in that corner. Wow, he's still there though, and Apple Juice is almost inside of Felix DRS window, so indeed he can go much quicker. Maybe he should think about a team game and give his teammate a little bit DRS, but I don't think he thinks about that right now. He's just thinking about the podium, which the pace for it he has. The top 3 are pulling away right now from Felix. Ridley with another 3-second time penalty added onto those 3 seconds. Oh, and we have a yellow flag, and that is, was that Ridley? I think that was. No, it was Aleko. Aleko, who's either made contact with someone or spun out of the Aqua Minerale. Yeah, this one he can definitely get removed. It's now at the front. John is being picked up by Roy. And Edward, thinks about it, but he can't. The straight is a little bit too short. Ollie, Edward got pulled, and I think it was a 13.7. And Apple Juice now has caught the Aston Martin of Felix. Look how much quicker this guy is going. He's absolutely flying right now. And Aleko into the pit lane. Could this be a retirement coming? Or is it just hoping for the best? I think he's actually continuing. It's gonna be half a lap down, but the race is still long to go. We're not even 30% there. Which is merely a quarter through the race. Not even. Tom's with another 3-second time penalty down on P7. Now I think there could be something coming up from Apple Juice here. Rowing open for the Mercedes car. Oh, there's a yellow flag in the last sector again. Not entirely sure. I think it was Ridley, and Apple Juice is alongside in a hat. While John and Roy have swapped positions once again. Edward is just a bystander right now. Just going with them. Now Apple Juice needs to catch 3 seconds to the car's ahead. And he can do some magic work. Kai picks up a 3-second time penalty right now, down in P13. Still at the rear of that Williams of Ridley. Slash is struggling a bit. Oh, and Apple Juice now with a 3-second time penalty. Keep in mind, every single one of these warnings could get removed because the track limits are so bugged around here. And Ridley with another 3-second time penalty. At this rate, he's going to get the 30 seconds of time penalties quite easily and going to get disqualified from the game. Kai with 3 seconds as well. Now let's have a look at Nox and AV, who are fighting over P9 right now. They're in the same train. Led by Biko all the way to P6, with Roy and John swap positions once again. Into the chicane they go. Now Max has had to let loose of that, and Ridley has not had a best race. Could think about to stop pretty soon. Let's see, Kai is now far off the road and Slash is dropping off the pace. As long as he doesn't get a warning, he's going to move up a ton of positions. And Thompson with another 3-second time penalty. Beaker with 3 more seconds. Baroon with 3 more seconds. Does Slash have damage or just... And Ridley with another 3 seconds. I think that's 12 seconds now for him. For Ridley Jake. And John and Roy at the front of the pack swap positions again. Doing a really good job right now, working together. In fact, they're doing this job so good that Apple Juice, who could have more pace, is not really catching them because they're just swapping with the DRS right now. They're having a really good fight right now. Looking at the commentary boxes, not commentary boxes, the pit boxes. So, Appleton with another 3-second time penalty. And Ridley now into the pit lane, and he's been undercut by Aleko. He's going onto those hard compound of tires, and I think we could see some stops coming up now. And Kai is starting to catch these people. Keep in mind, he's on the harder compound of tires. And those are the people that have just pitted. So Kai is still 1 pit stop down. Whereas AV and Nox are now going side by side through the final couple of corners. Nox into the pit lane, AV stays out. Apple Juice into the pit lane, Baroon into the pit lane. 3 cars coming in this lap, the leader staying out. They have a fairly big gap, and Edward has gotten past both Roy and John. And now John is in a position where he doesn't want to be, which is P3 right now. And if you're P1 and P2, you can definitely swap around the entire time. a P3, can just stand by and watch. Especially since Roy is now losing a ton of time to Edward. A really bad corner exit there out of the chicane. So let's see, are we seeing any pit stops? No, top 3 staying out. And therefore just now gonna, I think he's done enough. And while Fresh Beakers decided to call it a pit stop. And Apple Juice has been undercut by Felix and is now in a sandwich between his teammate and Thompson. Kyle with another 3-second time penalty down in P13. Third to last car on the roads. I think you had to go either for a second to clip it and get it potentially removed. Because now Ridley is not too far off his rear. Laker with another 3-second time penalty in P12. And now Edward has done beautiful work to get out of these two's DRS. I think Roy and John have had a little fight there. Now I think it's time for the undercut. These two must go. Yeah, and they're doing exactly that. That is brilliant. That is the best move the two of them can do now, because they're gonna catch Edward easily. Because they have the DRS and Edward doesn't. Was kind of close, but John came out ahead of Roy there. So the undercut has not worked. Kyle with another 3-second time penalty. Now the two of them come out and they come out quite a bit ahead of Felix, but look how much that gap has melted. It's only 1.3 seconds, it was over 4 seconds. And Roy with a 3-second time penalty. I think Edward just has massively miscalculated here. Because these guys are going to catch him no matter what. And I think the Williams will call the pit now. We'll call it coming to the pits now. So Kyle with another 3-second time penalty, and that is Ridley off onto the runoff area. Edward now into the pits. Has he done enough? I almost like to think he hasn't. Sure, I think he's gonna have fresher tires. Now Ridley another 3-second time penalty, and Roy and John are pushing. They're coming. He's definitely gonna be ahead of the other guys. Kai with a 10-second time penalty. Kai has crashed into a wall. I think that was definitely on purpose, and we have a safety car. And Edward just came out ahead, and that has worked out beautifully. So we still have a safety car after this. So, he's gonna help Ricky to get back into the train. And this is really good for John, this is really good for Slash, and this is really good for Edward. But the three of them now don't have time penalties anymore. Was caught up. I don't know if the game is gonna wait for Ridley. I don't think so. Or could it be that they are just leaving a lot of space to the safety car? So, once we enter the second sector, we're gonna get the third sector, we're gonna get the notification. Let's see what's gonna happen. Safety car in this lap, indeed. Safety car in this lap. Where's he going to accelerate? Who's going to get caught lacking? Out of the final turn, and I think everyone has gotten this pretty good start right there. Varun could have gotten a better one. Same goes for his teammate Slash. As well as Ridley and Aleko spun it out of the last turn. I like the 10-second time penalty, that is a retirement. Pretty sure. Yes, it is. Wasn't quite happy with his pace. Now Roy already ahead of Edward and completely did not see that. Into turn 1, and then it's now 3-second time penalty for Edward, for Roy the boy. Keep in mind, theoretically every single warning could get removed, so there's nothing sealed yet. And Edward now on the inside now of Roy, and Roy trying to stay within the right lines, and he's now going to have the inside line, and he's definitely going to have the advantage going to the Aqua Minerali, and now that's gone all over the back of Edward right there. Don't call out Apple Juice, he's also really close to 3 of them, and now with that action he just did there, this could have cost John the DRS. He's going to get on the next lap, and what's going to try to go down the inside. Roy stays ahead for now. Felix and Fresh Beaker swap positions, and the two Salvers have caught up back to the train. So all that fighting in the front is definitely going to help him. And now John has managed to crawl back within that DRS window, while now Ridley and AV at the back of the pack are going for a move. Ridley on the inside, AV on the outside line. AV has to steal out of that. But they're both still staying within that DRS train. They have built up in front. Because all of the back of Felix right now. And there's a gap between the top 4 and the rest rest of the pack, so the Apple Juice is able to go that pace around here. Oh, and this is definitely a warning for the rider body. Let's see how many ones can get removed. Varun with a 3 second, Thompson with a 3 second on side by side in the chicane. Mini and Varun is off. Oh yeah, there definitely has been comment between him and Thompson. Oh no, not more bad luck for Varun. Time for Varun and for Thompson. Both of them. Oh, Varun actually not retired yet. Oh no, now he did retire. Now we're down to 10 cars, damn. Now the top 4 definitely on the way, and Roy another 3 second time penalty. Felix and Pika not too far off either way. Either, and Slash is, or Macon is now up into P7. And Apple is being now 3 second time penalty for the Mercedes driver. And Slash with a 3 second time penalty as well. And Felix running right, and Ridley picks up another 3 second time penalty. John is all over the back of Roy, and now Roy's all over the back of John. That way around, and that works. Might get picked up by one, not by one of them, but just two of them. John is ahead by the time they get to the corner. What about Roy? He's also ahead. Apple Juice, not really, and Beacon's still that DRS sprint. Felix in danger of dropping out of it, so he definitely needs to find some time here. And now around the inside of John. John can't quite get a good apex, and now because they're down Felix off to the gravel, he somehow saved that car, but it's now laps on the road. What happened to Felix there? I think he just locked up into that turn. Now the gap between Knox and Beaker is 2 seconds, so we have the leading 5 and then the bottom 5 in 2 separate trains. Knox doing some really catching up right now. And John and Edward are doing really good work by not getting tracked on the penalties yet. I hope I did just not commentate or curse them. Roy and John are gonna swap the positions going down into turn 1. Roy is ahead of John. Cannot would get out of John. He's the only car he needs to fight right now. But John stays ahead. It was definitely the favorite here. He's had some really good pace while Wilk and Apple Juice swap places. Pulling away from John. John needs to find a lot of time now in these last couple of corners, otherwise the train is broken. 1.1 seconds it is. I don't think John can find enough time. No, he's not. John is struggling a lot right now here. So Edward's definitely going to pick him up. Roy with a 15.8. Is what Clean Air can do now further down the pack. Eddie and Slash, former rivals, well, positions, and now they're going. AV picks up both of them, Knox and Slash, into these final couple of turns. Felix completely at the back now, and Edward has a lot of catching up to do to Roy right now. but I think he has got the pace for that. As long as they stay like this, Edward and John are gonna be finish 1 and 2 once again. Roy's finding a lot of pace on these hard tires right now. Edward looked quick on the mediums, but now Roy is looking like a quick man here. There's DRS for John, there's DRS for Beaker, there's DRS for Applewood, there's no DRS for Roy. And on the side, Edward, John on the inside of Edward, thinking about a move, and that cost them a lot of time. There's a yellow flag being waved in sector 1. What happened there? Question. What's just missed that right now for a second time penalty. I think his chances of getting those removed are fading and fading every lap or so. He's going really wide once again, and that is definitely a warning. So he needs to push like a madman, and he's doing exactly that. But I'm pretty sure Roy is not gonna push enough, so it's all down to these two for the win right now. John against Edward. We have 8 more laps to go in this Imola Grand Prix. We're gonna be hosting the Tier 2 race. Unfortunately, I'm gonna make the times, as always. Beaker has gotten past off Edward, and I think this just might have been it. Varun, why is he retiring? He's guaranteed point. Ridley has been disqualified from the session. I just saw that. Not entirely sure why. Maybe he's going for some soft tires. So we are still here with now 6 more laps, and Roy is out in front with 4 seconds of gap. He's really pushing these. These two are setting the back right now. Try to not get penalties, and John has got the penalty. I did not see that. Oh no. John is gonna have to do a lot of avoiding anything more track limit penalties. He could get one removed. Didn't mind this Imola, so naturally track limits are going to be really bad around here. It's still not over. We still have 5 more laps to go, and Edward could always get a penalty. Rotherboard picks up another 3-second time penalty. He needs to be careful he doesn't get disqualified there. if we check now the track and penalties, it's 15 seconds for the likes of Roy, 3 for John, 6 for Beaker, 0 for Edward, 12 for Applejuice, 6 for Knox, 3 for Slash, 6 for Phoenix, and 3 for AV. Biggest gain of the race, Knox and AV. Biggest gain of the race, obviously, Kyle and Reiko. Right now on track airport. He's theoretically running P1 right now. Just 1 second shy of John. If John could get one of these removed at least. I'm definitely going to be clipping the race director after this. Lap 28 was 5 seconds off the road. Is Beaker gonna send it? No, he's not. In fact, some of these guys are still without GC, so some of these guys are without the TC. Edward is completely no assist. John is like no only. No assist, slash slam only, and the rest should be TC at least, I think. At least some of these guys are TC. And Roy's really got a massive gap there. 5.5 seconds. These guys are weak of his own right now. He's got 15 seconds of time penalties to removed. So that makes for 15 warnings, yes. Collected. After 30 warnings you get a disqualification in the race. Be really hard to get this many warnings and 3 more laps. But now it's all about John against Edward, because these two are likely the contenders for the win right now here. Edward, Edward is now 3 seconds. As it stands right now, Edward is in the lead of the championship. The results you're going to be seeing today are definitely not going to be the results that yields will stand after the race, after everything has been moved. Slash now 3 second time penalty. Not good. Now 3 second time penalty. Now Edward and John have both gotten ahead of Beaker. Let me check the race directory quick. Oh my fucking god. So Edward got 1. Edward is on 2 warnings actually. Ever since that 4, he's not invalidated a single time. Or violated track limits. fact, Aleko spun on this incident. So, one more lap of qualifying and still Edward behind John right now. Owen Beaker's got a wide there and both of them go through. Edward is all over the back of John right now. Intentional from Beaker. He's now attacking. He's now attacking John. John wants him to get ahead of Edward. And Edward and Beaker make slight contact. And Beaker has gotten ahead of Edward. John is weaving all over the straight, trying to break the toe. These two are going to have a little battle now into turn 1. Beaker goes by. John doesn't care about Beaker. He only cares about Edward. And Edward on the outside of John here. They both make a little bit of contact. And John is on the inside for the chicane. He's going to turn to the outside. Now he's still got one more lap to try to come back at Edward. And he's going to burn every single bit of ERS he's got in that Aston Martin car left. Now into the fast left-right-hander. Now into the hairpin they go. Here's a good overtaking opportunity. But Edward is already pulling away. 5 tenths is the gap right now. I think John might need to settle down one more time for Edward, unless Edward gets a track limit penalty now, but I think he's playing this really safe right now. 4 tenths is the gap. There's still one more chance. If Edward gets caught behind Beaker, I think John has done a lot. So for this man, Roy's gonna win it on the track. Unlikely he's gonna get 15 seconds of time penalties removed. But for now, Roy crossed the line. Beaker is gonna be in second. I don't think he's gonna get that removed. So let's turn our attention to Edward, who's crossing the line to win in Imola. John takes second once again. Fresh Beaker on P3. This could turn into P4. Roy P4 right for now. Apple Juice dropping down the order because of all these time penalties. 5th goes to Knox, 6th to Slash, 7th to Apple Juice, 8th to Felix. He just barely misses out, and AV is going to bring home the final place on the road. What a drive, what a drive. So, once again, it's Edward on top. Back to back. Back to back wins for him. John in P2. He's still not out of the championship fight. And I think this is going to be a long, long night. With all these penalties trying to get removed. But for now it's Edwards clinching victory from John, then Beaker, Roy, Knox, Slash, Applejuice, Felix, AV, Varun, Thompson, Aleko, Kai, and Ridley in last place. Okay, this is gonna be really. I don't think I'm gonna clip the entire race director. Not even halfway. Shit. So, for now, this is gonna be it. At least with the tier 1 lobby and this stream. Jade is gonna go live in just a couple of minutes with a tier 2 lobby and the tier 2 stream. So make sure to stick around. The lobby is gonna be live in 40 minutes. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and you're gonna get a notification from the YouTube and in the server if you are on the server. In case you aren't, join with the link in the description. And yeah, thanks a lot for tuning out, and from me it's goodbye, but we're gonna see you around at NXT in just 40 minutes again.